Hello, hey guys, how are you? Hopefully my connection's going to be good tonight. I didn't think about that and should have changed my settings. So you guys, if I freeze, just holler and I will restart on this. My name is Krista Deary. I am joining you guys from Minneapolis, Minnesota in total mom mess mode, but I didn't have time to freshen up at all. So I'm just gonna hang out with you as if I've invited you right into my home. Chad's trying to get our kiddos to bed. The house is hopefully kind of calming down for the evening, and I get to hang out with you guys. Deal? Hey, you guys. Hey. All right, so I'm a mom of 8. I have 8 kids. It sounds crazy. Still, to this day, it sounds so funny, but I have 8 kids ranging in age from 17 down to 1. 4 boys, 4 girls. They're amazing. I have a special needs little guy named Judah. He is 7 years old. He'll be 8 this year. He suffered 2 traumatic brain hemorrhages when he was 5 weeks old. It destroyed a lot of his brain, and so a lot of care goes into him. He still functions like a baby in many ways. He cannot sit up or feed himself or crawl or do many things, but he is precious, and we adore him and a miracle in the making.
So the baseline,
I think Morgan's husband's preaching on my computer. Okay. Everyone say hi to Jeremiah. He was preaching on my screen here. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is totally my life right now. What was I even saying, you guys? I don't even know. Special needs son. I'm freezing. Hang on. I wonder if I can do it while keeping you guys on. Okay, tell me if it freezes again, will you? Because I can just restart it. It's my Wi-Fi, but if I do it from my cell, it'll be fine. You just tell me. Oh, my mercy. Anyways, a lot of kids. I'm really ditzy, but this business and these products have changed my life. Okay, it's getting better. I heard about Plexus right after I had our 7th child. He came after Judah. He was a bit of a surprise. And the hormone imbalance and everything after I had him was just tricky. I battled postpartum depression, anxiety, PTSD flashbacks from what we went through with Judah. And I was in a really yucky spot. However, I took tons of supplements. I love natural health. I love studying about it. I started reading about gut health a long time ago. When I had my first son, actually, so 17 years ago. So I knew a lot about health. I knew how to eat healthy. I knew about supplements. I knew so many things, yet I wasn't getting better. And that was very discouraging. I kept thinking, surely at some point I'm going to get through this. You know, why can't I fix this on my own? And why won't God heal me? Because I was just a hot mess express. And I was on a beautiful journey of learning transparency and vulnerability. I was blogging about our journey with Judah and beginning to share even some of my own just heart and my own processing through everything that we had walked through. And I just briefly mentioned PTSD on a Facebook post, and my friend Heather, who's a pastor's wife in Florida, she reached out to me and just encouraged me to pray about trying Plexus Slim. That made no sense to me, that I would try a diet drink that was pink for PTSD. It just did not make sense at all. I hadn't looked into Slim. I hadn't read the ingredients. I knew nothing about it. I assumed it was pink because of like red dye. Really, it's from beets. How cool is that? I assumed it had artificial sweeteners. I made a lot of assumptions, which was so dumb, and I didn't pray about it. I blew her off. I told her I wasn't interested. Well, she reached out to me 2 other times, and I ignored those messages. Have you ever done that? I wish I didn't, but I did. This is just my story. I did. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. And every time I had a hard day and every time I struggled and continued to just fall deeper and deeper into depression, I couldn't stop thinking about Plexus, and it didn't make any sense. But I grew worse and worse. I didn't get better and better. And it got to the point where one night in October of 2014, a night I will never forget, I ended up leaving our family, crying out to the Lord and wanting to crash my car or drive it into a lake. I was done living. That is how dark the depression was. That is how imbalanced my body was. I just felt like there was no reason to survive. There was no reason to live anymore because all I felt was pain. And I didn't recognize how much my hormones were a part of that. I just thought, I don't know, I just felt very broken and that I had gone through too much hurt and too much pain in my life to ever recover. Well, that breaking point is ultimately what led us to try Plexus. Sometimes you have to reach rock bottom before you're humble enough to try something that is a little bit out of your box. Have you ever noticed that? Why do we let ourselves fall that far? Why do we get to the point where we're desperate? I wish I would have paid attention to my symptoms a lot sooner and let go of my ego a little bit sooner too. But I gave in. I tried Plexus. I told Chad, they've got a 60-day money back guarantee. I'll try it for 60 days. If it doesn't work, I'll get my money back and I'll see a doctor. And so that's how my journey began. All we could afford was a bag of Slim. So I started as a customer on a bag of Slim. Very simple, easy peasy, drank it every day. I knew to be consistent. I knew enough about natural health to not expect it to change my life in a day. I knew it took consistency to get to the root issues. But by the end of 60 days, Chad looked at me and said, I have my wife back. I haven't seen you like this in years. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was me again. I felt present. I was goofy. I was laughing. I was waking up happy. I had energy during the day. I wasn't napping. I slept well at night. I wasn't having panic attacks. I wasn't spiraling into depression. I was able to say, yep, my life is hard. Yes, this is tricky. Yes, I've gone through a lot of pain. Yes, I have a special needs son. Yes, this is a hot mess, but I can get through it. And to have enough mental clarity to say that was huge for me. So as I went into the new year, I couldn't help but feel like more people had to hear about this. And I just figured, I knew I struggled in secret. People didn't know that I battled depression and anxiety. I had barely mentioned PTSD, but other than that, people didn't know. I faked it. I totally pasted a smile on my face every Sunday when I saw people at church. And if I couldn't do it, I didn't go. I was a people pleaser. I didn't want people to know that I was struggling in that way. I didn't want to bring anyone down. I didn't want to be a burden to people. And so I couldn't help, as I got better and better, I couldn't help but feel like, what if there's someone that follows me on Facebook or Instagram or that I know at church or something, and they're also struggling in secret the way I was? What if I don't share and they end up hurting themselves? Heaven forbid that because of my ego and my pride, not wanting to dare say what I'm drinking, because I definitely was keeping it a secret. But what if that keeps someone else from experiencing a breakthrough? That was that burning question that I just couldn't shake. And so after being on Slim 2 months and seeing a complete turnaround to the point that people at church and at our homeschool group were commenting on the life that had returned to my eyes, how bright my smile was, that I just seemed different. Sometimes I just couldn't even pinpoint, what is different about you? Or as my son Isaac says, I'm just more alive now. And I love that. They had pointed out that I wasn't crying every day. Praise God. I wasn't eating chocolate every day. But that is what compelled me to begin to talk about Plexus. I was terrified. I don't like selling things, and I still don't feel like I do sell things. I had never worked. I've been a stay-at-home mom and a homeschool mama for years. So I wasn't looking for a job. I wasn't looking for a business. I wasn't even looking for a hobby. I had just had my 7th baby. I didn't have extra time where I was twiddling my fingers and wondering what to do. And no, I have every excuse in the book to not do this. I have plenty going on. A lot goes into caring for 8 children and homeschooling 5 of them and caring for a special needs son. A lot goes into it. But passion trumped everything else. And a love for people and a desire to see other people set free trumped every excuse, And so I just began to share. I did it afraid, literally was afraid, and began to talk about these supplements and what they had done for me. I just figured, you know what? I do know how to share my heart. I know how to be transparent. I know how to be honest. And God, I'm going to leave this up to you. I'll do my part. You do the rest. Well, guys, he's been faithful to do that again and again for the last 4 years. I don't like talking about money at all. It's quite uncomfortable, but I just really feel on my heart to be super upfront with you. I don't remember the last time I made less than $10,000 in a month. And I could cry saying that. That's ridiculous. I didn't finish college. Like I said, I've just been a mom. And still to this day, all it feels like I do is I just share my heart. I love connecting with people. I love social media. I see it as a ministry, sharing my story, sharing about our family, sharing what God is doing, and sharing the products that happened to be a huge blessing to our family and to so many others. And through that, God provided for our family when we needed it the most, because at the time of joining, we were climbing out of a financial pit. Food stamps, coupon cutting. We received donations every 6 months for our son's medical bills. We were really struggling to make ends meet. Over $100,000 in debt from real estate investments that had gone south when the market crashed. We were a hot mess express in every sense of the words. We needed a miracle and we needed a breakthrough. We had been praying for a financial breakthrough. Did we know it would come through an opportunity that I would end up stepping into? No, never. I was always praying for Chad and for creative business ideas for Chad. But guys, one of our dreams was simply that we would have time freedom and financial freedom. The marriage of those two things, so that we could live our lives with our hands open and say, God, we will do anything you say to do. We'll go wherever you say to go. And we just want to be givers and just to live freely that way, not tied down by whether or not we could get time off of work. But if we want to go on a missions trip, go on the missions trip, like just do what we wanted to do and what God called us to do. So now at this point in our lives, to have income coming in, my husband doesn't have to carry a load as far as providing for our family. He's been able just to pursue the Lord, ministry, study and prepare. He's been home every day. He is a stay-at-home dad with us. We are all home together as a family. And it's freed him up to just pour into other men and through men's ministry and to do so many things. But it's freed us up too to care for our son and to raise our children and to do so many things. This is not like it's a full-time job. It's something that fits into the nooks and crannies of a very crazy life. But it is the most beautiful opportunity, and it is insane that we earn money doing this, a 6-figure income doing this. I drive a Lexus. I also drive a 12-passenger van. But I also drive a Lexus that Plexus has given me and gives to everyone who reaches the top 3 ranks of our company. They send us to Hawaii every year, a trip I never, ever thought I would ever take in my life. And now I go every year. This will be my 3rd year going. And we're bringing friends from our team on this trip this year. Amazing. It's just been so powerful what God has done. And so whether you're here tonight and you're looking for simply an answer to your prayers for your health, maybe you've had chronic migraines, maybe you have crazy PMS and you lose your ever-loving mind every month before your cycle comes. Maybe your cycle's not regular. That's your body communicating to you saying, listen, girlfriend, something's up. That should be a regular cycle. It's very healthy for you to have that every 28 days, girls. Listen. And it's connected to your blood sugar. Maybe you have IBS like my husband did, or chronic acid reflux. Maybe you have eczema like my daughter did, and food allergies. Her skin is completely clear and she can eat everything. I don't know what you're here tonight with. I don't know what you're praying for, whether it's a health breakthrough, a marriage breakthrough, a family breakthrough, a financial breakthrough, but I'm here to say that you're here for a reason, and I just encourage you to seek the Lord and just remove every box that you've ever put him in, because often he works outside of the boxes we try to limit him to, and just ask him whether this is something for you, whether it's for a season, for a lifetime, whether it's for a reason, we don't know, but it's worth taking one step at a time and finding out. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Right now in March, you can join for free, and we would love to help you do that. It's amazing. Such a great opportunity, and I don't know when that will happen again. So I encourage you to reach out to the person that invited you here tonight. Get more details. Find out what would be the best way for you to join. There's several welcome packs. They're all highly discounted. Choose a $99 one or a $199 one. There's a lot of products. There's a lot of options. We can help you pinpoint what would be the best for you. And listen, if that's too much and you're like, I can't do that, but I definitely know I need a probiotic, start on a probiotic. Start on a multivitamin. Start on a bag of Slim like I did. You're not locked into anything. There's no catch. There's no surprise. There's no I gotcha. There's no monthly minimum. There's nothing required of you. Take one step at a time. Get the Lord involved in it. Pray about it. Follow peace. Get your spouse involved. Make sure you're sticking to your budget, right? I'm not trying to scam you. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I want you to follow the Lord. My ultimate desire for you and our ultimate desire as a team for you is to see each and every person here here tonight. Walk in the center of God's will for your life. But I also want to help you think outside the box. Because yes, this was a curveball to me. Completely, and it still is to this day, but it changed our entire lives. lives. I don't even know, but our marriage changed. When Mama got healthy, my spiritual walk changed, my heart healing journey changed, our marriage changed, our family changed, and listen, like generations will change because of that. But it took getting healthy for me to think straight, so that I could think straight as I read the word, so my heart and my spirit could heal and pursue the Lord even deeper. You know, there's this huge, massive ripple effect. Anyways, I have talked way too long. Free join codes, hop on it while you can. They're going so very quickly. It's insane. You are here at the right time, the right season for such a time as this, and we cannot wait to